What is good, team? Please let me know that you can hear my voice in the chat before I approach the bench. What is up? What is up, everybody? And welcome back. Let me get rid of that thing there. Let's see. Okay, and it looks like we are streaming correctly into YouTube as well. What is up, team? Welcome back, everybody. I shall approach the bench as soon as I get confirmation here live. I think Ninja told me yes the other time, so I'm going to trust that that's still good. What's up, Patty? Okay, here we are, cautiously approaching the center of the bench. Hello, everybody. Okay, so really interesting day today. We definitely ended up getting the Evo. What's up, buddy? Ninja, what's up, guys? Good to see you all there. Ian, what's up, bud? Good to see you. I was gonna say that. Oh, Alex, I was asking you a question. CRWV, did you end up holding after we spoke about the play? I was still kind of evening to you, my bro. You did? Okay. All right, good. Because nice. It felt like it was kind of diminishing that bear pressure. I know that it went deeper than what we were thinking of, right? But still, yeah, it just felt a little weak. But I will say that it still has the strength enough to push into potentially tomorrow, right? So when is your expiry again for that? You have them out. You have a bunch of them, right? What's your closest one, I guess? I was like all worried about this play, because I knew that you were. Yeah. I just didn't want to. I don't like to see anybody in trouble, man. It's. I really will express. Some honest opinions on that. And. No problem at all. Okay, so you have you have a July 20. That's going to be next week, and you're looking at a July 18th. That's going to be pretty good too. Also, you also have some. Let's see. I guess you are. I guess you're okay here. There is presently this. I know that this bar already kind of realized that the take profit here, but this is in essence this broadening wedge. So your target coming up should technically be around 162. It could be your pre-market high, prior day's pre-market high. So let me see where the 24-hour book is on this. I know that I'm just starting off like right off the bat, guys. I'm sorry about that, but I'm sure that's okay by many of you too. Holy shit. Let's see. Yeah. CRWV, I want to check it out in the after hours. Let's see. Yeah, right, bro? Let's kill it. Let me just type in on the search here. I want to see what it's like. CRWV. Okay, it's at 153.72. So it's still lingering around, roughly. It's literally right here. It's barely anything. So this is, I guess it is good that it's maintaining that, right? So let's look at this from the volatility's perspective. Yeah. So I want to say that you will get some upside first that can last only about 20 minutes long. So that would be just about $1.84. So yeah, that would put you just at the top of your post market highs, and that would likely retrace and continue to the lows of what? Let's see. Hourly time frame. Okay, so that would be about 2 hours of downside. Let's just say that did go up towards your 156. You would have around a 587 drop from there. So yeah, you're going to you would be approaching your 149-ish area. So that puts you right at that same support that we looked at the prior day, right? So 146.76. Of course, we can explore the lower bounds here And I will say that those lower bounds are pretty important because let me just kind of put it, I'm going to adjust it, right? Because now we have the prior day's low at that 145.53. Okay, so 149.54 to 145.53. I know that it's a wide range, but it feels like it's going to get super volatile here. And it may be done during the after hours or the pre-market, right? The early pre-markets. And it looks like upside continuation or does it, right? So, I mean, if it does face any more downside, it's consolidation. Wow. Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, yeah, here's the detail, right? Let me see what else we had as a closure. Okay, so we have the 1 day, 2 day, and 5 day closes all together. So let's see. Let's just kind of sort of plot this out a little bit here. Your 5 day time frame retrace is kind of already there. So that's roughly your 148.77. Your bi-daily time frame, that would be the recovery towards the upside in 155. Okay. And your daily time frame, of course, would be an upside recovery too. So that puts you roughly at 155 as well. Okay, so 153 to 155. And this is kind of building a bearish formation up here for now. What was the target that I gave you, Alex? What was the target that I gave you to... I said if it reaches this, I would consider risk off just so that we can kind of reevaluate whatever. Do you remember what that was? I think there's a flat top on this. 150? Okay. I mean, because I am catching a little bit more of downside on this. I'm going to go ahead and favor this from the opening and closing basis and say that this is your ascending triangle here, right? I would have to favor it like this. I know that there's a freaking mess here. I'm sorry about that. Let's go ahead and get rid of this thing here. I'm gonna make this a lot easier to read. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and focus on this area here. I am not gonna focus on this because that's already kind of happened. They did drop some news at closing, says Alex, when they will be benefiting from the OpenAI and Google Cloud services. Okay. So there is, yes, I mean, here's the thing, right? This does have enough, it does have enough room here to run. And should it run all the way up to this 163.76, you're going to face a lot of rejection at 158. But, I'm saying if it does run to that 163.76, that could be pretty explosive. Gal, I can't do that. I'm just gonna do whatever the chart says. You know me. I still do it the same way. I can't do that. I'm not gonna go into something bearish or bullish. I'm gonna go into something just as me, and I'm just gonna watch the chart and iterate what the chart says, right? Because I feel like the psychology has enough information for us to kind of read from. But so far it's taking good care of me so far, So, but yeah, I can't bias this, guys. You need to stock up on eggs and milk. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, guys, I think if we do run up to that 163.76, heads up on this, because this is traditionally a bear play, right? Traditionally, this is a bear play. Should it have thrust to go up based on, the news catching up afterward? Well, so be it. But if it doesn't have that, then a rejection would happen here, and it would be probably, first thing in the early session here, intraday. So there could be the immediate rejection, right, from that 163.76, bounce from the 158. again validate that that's, in fact, you may even get a little bit of a breakout, and it could be a false. And then this thing would essentially come right back down towards this target that we were expecting, right? So 145.77 to 149.76. This here that's going to be the true tell here. So should this bounce from here, and then, we're beneath the regression would then start showing you very obvious resistance, and this can fall. Okay, so, I mean, yeah, just know that, right? I'm just going to say that this first target to the downside, should it realize the, I'm just going to put it a little ahead. Should it validate the resistances up here, well, your first target would be 138.93. So I'm just going to kind of put that there like this. The second target for this would be, I think, yeah. How this thing is, right? I would say that your second target would be just about 132.14. I don't want it to be, but there is still that possibility. And then your third target could be down to the, this is the largest target that it could reach. Right, so we would put this just about this point here, and then the 120.26 could be that lower zone, and it, certainly there's areas here that can be used as pivots, specifically that 119.81, and right up here for the second target at 130.96, which is psychologically 132.24. So, yeah, there is room here for this thing to actually do some silly chili. So I want to leave that right there and say that this could be, it may be a play. So let me just see, 4-hour time frame, 8 hour. It looks like it's consolidating though. But it's still biased towards the downside. Your daily time frame would likely be downside. Your bi-daily will also likely be downside. Damn. It would be more contractive, but still downside. So 3-day time frame coming to a close here. So this, yeah, man. And let me see, your 4-day and your 5-day. That's a retrace too. Shoot. Okay, and it may be close to it already, but yeah, I guess 148.70. That really doesn't speak anything. Oh, it does. Okay, well. It does speak it. Fine. I'm gonna have to focus an area up here. No. I can't do that. This is too tiny of a range here for us to consider anything at the 148.70 to 149.76. $1 to this. I mean, you have a daily ATR of $15, 15.40 almost. So I can't do that. This is the zone here. And this would be the validation point, right? It may even reclaim the structure inside here, but without any further bullish catalysts, this can fail. And it is also a buy formation breakdown, right? So you have your bearish formation 1 and bearish formation 2. The outlier gets ignored here. So should you respect your head and shoulders, well, that's going to give you a very similar target to let me see, to your second target. So that it would be roughly, let me see, where the hell is it? Oh, it's your third target then. Damn. Okay, nice. 123.56. All right, yeah, I think we're going to have to watch out here. Expect a potential short-term upside. I hope it does happen in the intraday, right? I hope it does happen intraday. This can likely bounce, from that 158.11, even fake out here. Then, again, that 158.11, and then really get that test there, and then this thing will start that process of validating that resistance before coming down into these targets here. That's what I think could be happening here. Okay, so just please mind your potential take profits up here should there be that move up there. I hope there is. Okay. But at this point, yeah, this may correct a little bit here down. This could correct 25 points or more. Oh, that sucks. I am super sorry to say that, right? Buy daily time frame is 8. Look at this, 18 points to the downside on this. So depending on where the post market opens, but if this is at 150, yeah, you're losing. You know, that's very clearly your 142s, 143s, and I mean that's already really close to the targets that we're talking about. So heads up on this, okay, Alex, please be careful. But I do see kind of a bear play developing here. I'm just gonna put this target for you there as well. Okay. And let me put this in the Arca's play of the week, and we shall be good to go. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to put this like that. Let me go into the Arca's play of the week. Hold up, guys. Yeah, why don't we do that? Let's check out Palantir. Let me see. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start the... I'm going to start the thread here. Okay. Very cool. So that is CRWV. Okay, guys, heads up on that one. And yeah, just a real quick note. The area to load up on this, there were like, it was this zone here, AVGO, right? So I was saying that I was going to pick up some long calls on this, and I didn't do it. So 250, 226 to around 247.77 and the potential bottom side of 246. So this thing reached down all the way to lows of 241.37. If that would have been the complete break, then we would have seen a 235.91, guys. But this is a really big recovery for AVGO, and I'm kind of expecting AVGO to literally go, still another 20 plus points from where it's at. So heads up on this, guys. Okay, AVGO is extremely bullish, and we were noticing here, from that time, the post market here, that this was very likely to start showing huge support in this area here. So let's see what's up, guys. Please be very careful, as this is probably going to powerhouse to the upside here pretty soon. It was the only one that was maintaining massive support. Oh yeah, I'm definitely not in that. So let me take a look at that. Yeah, let's move on to Palantir. But just hold on, team. Let me get a sip of water here. Wait a second. If we're looking at Palantir, shouldn't we be also looking at ACHR? Wasn't there a correlation between the two or a partnership? And United Boeing or United Airlines? One of those two had the correlation, or the partnership. BA Coin, what's up, buddy? Is that a Boeing? I'm wondering. Yeah, Palantir would be. Wait, I think there was a partnership with these two, or yeah. Let's keep an eye on this. Here we go. Okay, so right. Palantir is being called out right now for surveillance of the illegals and the riots. Yeah, so I was wondering if this was going to eventually kind of sort of merge, or I'm sorry, mingle with the price action of LMT even. So there could be a few different things leading with this, right? So I think so. Let me just see AC. Yeah, look at ACHR is running $12.18. You're looking at 136, and they look very similar too. So I mean, even if we run a correlation chart, you could probably play the smaller play on this. This is pretty cool. Let's do a correlation. Damn, AMC is. You guys thinking it's about to drop? That drop is probably going to be bullish. Correlation coefficient. Let's run this against ACHR. Let's see. LMT took a hit on loss of some government contracts. Oh, okay. Wow. So dude, look at this. Check this out. Here is the price action correlation coefficient against ACHR, Palantir. This is literally 92% correlated here. The bi-hourly time frame, 92% correlated. 96% on the 3 hour, 89% that 4 hour time, 73 on the 6 hour, 41 and inclining on the 8 hour, and 12 hour time frame is 49% and inclining. Damn, dude. Yeah, it looks like it's starting to get or gain correlation yet again. So look at this, 85% correlated here on the buy daily. So it is correlated in the upper time frames as well, guys. So this is really running. It's kind of running side by side, ACHR and Palantir. So let's see, but the rest of the defense fell due to the ETF selling, but the others rebounded. Damn. Okay. So, and now BA. Let me. I'm not sure if this thing had the correlation to that, brother, but let's just check it out anyway. Yeah, huge correlation, 5-day time frame, 4-day time frame, massive correlation here, dude. That's literally 92%. 3-day time frame, 93% correlated. By daily, 94. So way higher numbers here. 70% and inclining on the daily. 12-hour time frame is 62 and climbing. 67 and climbing with the 8-hour. 6-hour time frame, 77. 77 with the 4. 45 declining with the 3-hour. And inverse the bi-hourly. Inverse the hourly. And gaining correlation from the 30-minute. Whoa, the more immediate short term on this is really confusing. But what counts is that the upper time frames are correlated to each other. I guess that would be the most important thing, all the way up to a weekly time frame and climbing. Look at this, 86th percentile here on the bi-week time frame. And we're growing correlation here on a monthly. So those are the timeframes that I think would matter more rather than your immediate short term. So Palantir, ACHR, Boeing showing very similar price action here. So UAL, let's go ahead and take a look at that here, right? So yeah, there is a weird kind of something happening there on the monthly time frame. Still very correlated, in almost running into the inverse here on the biweekly. I wonder if that's because of the sell off or whatever happened, right? Or did UAL get affected by that? 5-day time frame growing correlation. 3-day time frame is at 80%. Bi-daily time frame is at 84%. 56% declining on that daily, declining on the 12-hour. Yeah, I think, dude, I think you're way right on the Boeing price action correlation against Palantir. So yeah, I think this is very obvious right now, guys. So these tiny time frames are kind of inverse completely, and also the upper time frames are not quite reaching that total correlation. So I would say to keep an eye on Boeing, Palantir, and ACHR. Okay, guys, those would be your three amigos here, right? So let's start the analysis here, right? So very nice push here, but momentum here when it's post hours, guys, it really is such a nothing burger. But it did get kind of a nice bounce, right? 35.82 to 36.28, and then a decline, right? So 10-minute time frame should show up, right? So that's still downside on that, and then total downside here would be 15 minutes worth. Red candle certainly going to show it, so that's going to be about 44 cents on tap. That would put you at a low of around one. I guess, right? 135.76 should it open at that 136.01. So 134.76, what it's trying to say is that it would be, these tiny pivots here. So if that is the case, then let's just go ahead and kind of focus it like this here. And there is this fair value gap here, right? So I'm thinking that could be your bottom side, 135.18 to 135.61, just in the immediate short. So I'm kind of tracking price here, right? So from here, it start, running the upside from that bottom side. 20-minute time frame shows and it agrees with it, sort of on the 30-minute time frame as well. Your hourly still doesn't show downside, and it would be about 2 hours of upside from that point, right? So you're getting about $1.93 on upside. So I guess, is this deep 135? Well, you would be looking at around a 137-ish, right? So if we're going towards the low 137s, that would certainly put you at this very correlated. I'm sorry, very this is super rhymy here, right? This entire little area here. So it would be an overall resistance. I have to say it would just be like this, like 137.02. I'll put the range at that 137.25 with just discretion here, right? So that would be your upside from the immediate short to the 2 hour time frame. 2 hour would likely pivot towards the upside. There is a retrace still that can exist into the 4 hour, and let's see, 8 hour, 12. Okay, 1 day's worth of downside. So that would be, if we open the bar at 137, you're retracing about $6.89. So you're back to 130 on this. What in the hell is 130? Man, what the hell am I doing there? Okay, this is still part of a breakout and validation. So it feels like you're going to get a 4-day retrace. I think we just got that close. And the 4-day time frame, honestly, the 50% would probably be down here. So that's really weird. I don't know that we can make it all the way down there, but something is going to tell me that we will. Bi-weekly time frame still retracing, I'm sure. Or did it already? Fuck, it did, and it's continuing. What closed your 5-day time frame, right? So this, damn, dude. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a tough one here, guys. I don't think that this is going to drop anywhere lower than 133. Yeah, I don't think we're dropping too much lower than this area here. I'm going to just leave that as discretion. Yeah, PLTR looks like it's about to continue. Huge 4-day bar. This is like extremely bullish, man. Just immediate short-term pullbacks, normal shit here. This is just your ebbs and flows right here. right? You're looking at the traditional price action is just, it's very obvious, right? This is your area of support right in here, right? This is your breakout, retest that 133 zone, continue towards the upside. Here is that 133.47 right up here. I don't think it goes any deeper than that. 133 to 130, guys, that could be a loading zone for Palantir for a continuation to the upside. And I would also keep in mind here that your 4-hour time frame volume is starting to increase here too. Okay, so yeah, potential bull flag forming here on the 4-hour time frame. This is looking specifically okay. So heads up on the upside on this. So where is it? Where is that upside? It would be daily, right? Okay, daily time frame certainly firing off a signal, and this would be continuation into the by daily time. No, that's going to give you that close is going to give you a green. It's going to turn 3-day upside, 4-day upside, 5-day continuation, weekly continuation. We have bi-weekly continuation with expansion and breaking the moving average too of the volatility component, upside continuation into the monthly, by month as well. And what the hell is going on? There's literally no stopping this. Okay, so I'm not even kidding by that. So let me see which one's the most bearish out of all of them. I guess it would be a 2-month, but the 2-month is not. I can't use that. I can't use the bi-monthly time. That's we likely already blew through that top. It's, yeah, look at this. It's got a 138.52. We already did that. So I'm going to use the bi-weekly time since we just got that one as the nearest close, the 5-day also, right? So this would give you an ATR top of roughly 142.90. So still a way to go for this, right? And what's the 5-day? I'm going to read that right now, coin. Your ATR, yeah, 144.36, 142 to 144, guys. That's kind of what I'm seeing as the more immediate short-term targets. If you need a further upside target, well, there is a breakout from a bull flag here, and that would be a measured move that is taking you to 149. So yeah, guys, expect a 150 on this target coming in. $7 of ATR on a $130 asset. What the hell? Expected in the next day or two. Should there be good news on the PPI and also on continuing jobless claims and initial jobless claims? Fuck. I guess the only thing that kind of it has a channel too, bro. The only thing that kind of gets me here is just you have this, you have a rising wedge here, right? But it doesn't really fulfill my need, because this doesn't feel like it does. I mean, it's another bearish formation. It's what I'm trying to say, right? It's an ascending triangle as well, but the ascending triangle arguably has it just if I force it down here, that would give you the correct amount of touches of supports, which would be 2. So I just data doesn't say this. The data doesn't say that it's going to retrace. Data is saying that we're just this is what it's saying, guys. Look at this. Look at this gigantic thing happening right here, right? This whole consolidation area, this is your support. We're breaking out of this here, right? So you just, this is your first resistance, right? This first zone here, first resistance. Very likely not. You're just going to get a little bit of a peekaboo, right? And then this thing capitulates to the downside. You catch that 50% of whatever macro time that was, continuation to the upside, breaks this. Then we start validating here this huge the resistance that was built on February, the 2-day time frame, February 18th, 2024, huge bearish engulfing here and true red outside bar. That this is responsible for a drop from 125.60 essentially all the way down to $66. So this is going to take a long time to validate. So we're literally validating that area here, right? Just bouncing, making sure that it is enough gathered support here and reaccumulation. So as soon as we actually start reaccumulating here, as soon as the balance between the bears and the bulls start to kind of offset towards the bulls' favor, then this would start that breakout process. I personally think that this just has a very small retrace towards that 130 to 133 before this thing continues towards the upside and likely goes to the 150. Okay, and know that we're also above VWAP by a lot, a long shot. Even the 150 to 159, guys, that's going to be your VWAP standard deviation top. So that's about it, okay? Yeah, Palantir is looking stupid. Really, really good. So let's see. I will say there the hourly is riding a upper trend line resistance while it grinds. Nice channel. It's bearish, all right. It's been trapping bears for months. Oh my goodness, dude. And every single pullback that this thing gets, it just keeps on like eating that supply, bro. Oh my goodness. It's like people know that this thing is just going to continue just on this rampage here, right? So yeah, guys, I think this is going to be your trajectory on this, right? So expect a little bit of downside on this. It's potentially down there, right? So immediate short-term time frame drop into this 135.21 rejection, of course, right in here, 135.86. Continuation to the bottom side. Of course, we don't know if we can make it to that 130.67, but math doesn't really suggest that. So I would say bounces from around that 133 in this zone, right? So let's just kind of respect that here for a little bit. Your resistance levels to start validating this would be you're going to start kind of consolidating here just for a little bit, and this will show continuation to the upside. The 135.60s validate your prior day's high at 134.15, and this likely starts to continue towards that upside. This is going to be a grind a bit, right? Because we still have data coming out, and so far the CPI read very good, and yeah. So who knows what's going to happen there? Okay, guys. So just heads up on this, but I do expect a continuation to the upside to 150 to 159 ish. Okay, so let's just celebrate good time. Come on. Let's do the 150 right here. I guess it was like 149.90s, right? So around one. I mean, it's huge. It's just a gigantic freaking area, right? So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm just, giving you the forecast here, 15 points away. So, don't mind me. Right, or 26 points away. So just heads up on that. Oh my goodness. All right, Palantir looking specifically spicy. So let's do it to it. I'm gonna go ahead and put the targets on this and call Palantir quits. Right. So here we go. And this would be your this would be your area of accumulation. So let's go ahead and just kind of highlight that just a little bit here. This would be this could be your long zone 133.60 to 132.89. Remember that there's still this backup zone here, although I don't think it's going to reach it, right? I could give you like a million of them. It's just I hate it. There's another one at 131.88. Like all these are just they're just relevant. They're just relevant areas that we could use. So I guess I'm just going to put them there, like whatever, right? Should price action reach these levels, then but the focus is actually this. Okay, guys, I'm focusing everything mostly in this target here, 133. 132.88, 133, right in here. Okay, so I guess many people may not know what the hell target this is here, so I'm just going to put that there and say that this can go towards let's just say 149s to 160s upside. Okay. All right, so yeah, let me go ahead and just kind of take a quick screenshot of this thing. Hold on, guys, just a moment, and put this on the Arca's Plays of the Week. Hold on, guys, let me disappear here. Disappear. Okay, cool. All right. And Eagle Eyes, what's up, buddy? Uh, oh no, brother, no. I was in the middle of talking to my daughter. She crashed against the pole at the fucking gas station. She didn't see the pole, bro, and oh my god. I'm sorry, dude. I haven't seen it, but I do. You said something about nuggets, right? Like, we always talk about the free nuggets that we can catch. The right angle downside on Palantir is 131. No way, dude. I love it. Fuck yes. Dude, we're totally fucking rhyming here. Let's go. Yes. Is Daniel, are you in here, buddy? Where's Daniel? This is the one day this fool's not here. Oh my goodness. Eagle, I haven't seen you in a bit, buddy. Everything okay? You good? You're very welcome. Yeah, 789, you're welcome. You're very welcome. Yes. QQQ is absolutely something we have to take a look at. In fact, I was going to start this with the ES, but, we just kind of dove in straight to CR. Yeah. But let me come back into this thing real quick. I'm good, brother. I'm good. A lot of tiny frustrations here and there, but no complaints whatsoever, brother. I'm blessed. I'm blessed, and I am very lucky. I can say, "Está bueno, compadre." That's good, bro. Yeah, that's what I can say to you, buddy. Hey, Jay, good to see you, brother. Good to see you there. So, BD, what's up, man? What's about to blow? Wolf? Loretta, well, I got you. We'll look at that too. 160. Oh, the one spot 618. 161 matches the target. Let's go. Yes. So geometrics, volume weight. Also, I don't think that this is probably going to take you into the 140s or whatever. We said that there was a, oh, guys, by the way, 149 was already, that was already kind of a target that we were observing, but it's just, it needs to do it though. Okay. And another thing is that, is this actually building that gigantic rising wedge? Like this here? Oh, dude. Yeah. There's a lot of weird stuff happening here, So there is a very, notable regression happening here. I just don't like this area. That's what I don't like, but if y'all want to get really crazy here, well, this is like your big ass cup and handle. So I hate that formation so much. Cornfox is saying my wife hit a pole at the gas station was last year too. Okay. Right after she asked me if I wanted some White Claw, I said no. She went anyway and crashed. Oh, dude. Yeah, my daughter was she was all messed up. She was like, oh, what am I going to do? And I'm like, relax. It's okay. We knew that you were going to. This is why you don't have a Bugatti as the first car, But everything's good. She's okay, right? She was just really troubled by it, man. She I'm going to lose my privileges now. I'm like, dude, no, you're not. Relax. Wait, what's with your family and car accidents? Dude, it's just a really shitty time right now. Dude, and this is her first, okay? So she's not in this. And I actually haven't had a car accident in fucking 20 years, man. Knock on wood. Anyway, guys, let's start this thing, man. Let's get this thing going. I'm gonna say that let's see, shit, do it right. Get some insurance money. It's kind of hard to do that when she's doing it by herself. Wait, actually, no. Remember, I got a car accident about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. I crashed into a parked car because I spilled the water on my laptop I was charting. Fuck! Never chart while you're trading, guys. Never chart while you're trading, while you're driving. You see? Fuck, man. Okay, it doesn't leave me. The trading doesn't leave me. I got a CUI. I got messed up, man. I got messed up, but all good. Everything is okay. Don't judge me, okay? Don't look at me either. I'm mad. But anyway, guys, that's enough of embarrassing myself over here, man. Jesus Lord. But let's take a look at Palantir. I think the direction of the market, I'm just gonna put it down, right? This is just gonna be the wait, did I already do it? Oh, I already did. Okay, cool. So we were the next one was I was asking for Daniel. Is Daniel in here or no? He's not in here? Let me see, Daniel, where are you at, man? Did he just come in? I don't think so. And it's okay if he's not here. It's okay. Right? Because this guy I think he's not here because he's been asking me for days for that freaking ticker, for GME. In fact, a few people online are already asking me. Eagle Eye, what's that ticker, buddy? I don't see him either, man. But if he does pop up, let me know, guys. If he does pop up, give me a quick little shout here. Yeah, and by the way, the Hydro Flask, when I said I'm gonna take a sip of water, yeah, my son, he took it to that magical place where he makes things disappear. So this time around, I got this boy right next to me. Let me take a sip. Wait, Destiny? No, I don't think that's true. He's had interest on a few other things. No, I mean he really does always ask me about that about GME. But I'm just wondering if he has like a gigantic position on that's been there forever. Where is it? Let's try to get to that. Yeah, I'm gonna try to blaze through all these tickers so we can get into that. So we AMD, right? So NU whatever that is, NUWE. I have ticker symbol WOLF. I have ticker symbol QQQ. And let me see the AMD, right? Okay, cool stuff. Cool. We're gonna go ahead and try to get this analysis to rip. Let me BD. Dude, man, why didn't you say something earlier, man? Good God. I'm talking about when I'm not driving and turning things off. Are you still holding that position, by the way? I think everything dropped after hours, and I haven't even checked the fundamentals behind that. Does anybody know why the market dropped? We're gonna pull up Yahoo Finance here and find out. Because why? It felt like it was random. It felt like there was no real reason for price action to drop. I literally just saw Sebastian disappear. I'm gonna kick his ass. I was staring directly at his like thing, the picture thing. China, damn. Trump says he is going to Daily Grind saying Trump says he is going to set tariff rates. That's what he was talking about. You are right. There was a word to that, right? It was here. Let me bring that up for everyone here. I forgot what he was. Yeah, unilateral. That look. Check this out, guys. Fake trade deal, Iran. Fake CPI. Take your pick. Fair enough. Yes, continuing jobless claims, initial jobless claims, PPI, and of course, core PPI as well. Earnings too. Damn, let's go, Kareem. Where did you write that like? Yourself? It feels like notes. This right here, guys. Trump says he will set unilateral tariff rates within weeks. Trump has doubled down on a promise to end trade negotiations, claiming to set unilateral tariff rates in the coming days or weeks. So okay, and some of the war news, of course, guys. Remember that a few days ago we were launching some of those. I'm sorry, no. I think Russia was sending something or another to somewhere. If anybody knows anything about that, please just go ahead and say it out loud. I don't typically follow that kind of stuff, but remember that it does play a crucial role in the market, as war isn't usually the best thing for us, right? So now here it is, guys. NVIDIA, Samsung plan investments in robotics startup Skilled AI. So this is something that I was speculating a few weeks ago, that NVIDIA would potentially start bursting out on some kind of partnership. And this, guys, if this really happens, NVIDIA will lead this market to the upside on its heavy booty. So CoinFox saying at this point, let me come back here to the chart. At this point, we need to watch oil. Yes, ripping oil is bad for overall market. Absolutely. That could be also correlated with upside VIX. In a macro time frame, upside DXY, although it's been a little weird. Maybe even nat gas, but usually, guys, your oil would pretty much do it, right? Which one are you looking at, brother? Are you looking at WTI? You're looking at USO, or which one, right? Iran crap spiked oil dropped markets. Oh, now no daily grind, no, not at all. I'm gonna go ahead and start it by the request as they came in, right? We were continuing to talk about the implications of the market here before we continue. So let me go ahead and continue on NUWE, and I'm not gonna do the whole super educative thing here. I'm just gonna try to read this as fast as I can so that we can make time fly here. Okay. So oh man, okay, dude, wow. The all-time high, dude. This is the all-time high is like 20 billion. So let me see what is happening here. This has had a million RSs, right? So reverses, and it already cleared the gap that everybody was talking about, right? That was your huge purpose behind this upside. That's gonna be the thing here. Okay, so we have to read it from the more immediate short-term volatility, see if it's dropping, because that's kind of a lot here, and it feels like it kind of does that all the time, and it just drops and drops and drops. So I would be careful. Are you holding position on this or no? On ticker NUWE, 32 cents. This is really tough, buddy. Okay, so yeah, I'm looking at 10-minute time frame. You have continuing upside from the 15, actually. 20-minute time frame does have upside, but it is contractive in some 35. Is that 35 right now? Okay. Yeah, because it is showing upside. So it's showing upside at least 2 hours worth of upside. So on your stats, that would be about 7 cents. Yeah. I mean, this would be going to 39 cents in the immediate short term. The actual target would be around 41 cents. Okay, hold up. Let me see. 3 hour continues 6. Hold on. So still downside. 4 hours of downside from, yeah, okay. Damn, 11 cents from that. Dude, this is ridiculous. It's back. This is literally bouncing from like 31 to 41 to 31. So this would be the next target. Okay. So then an upside continuation continues 8 hour. Daily technically still, right? And also your buy daily closed, technically still upside. Okay, so about 4 days of upside, but yeah, four days of upside. So that gives you about 30. No way. It gives you about 30 cents to the upside. So 60 cents is coming up again. So your hard target would be 58.79. I think this is trying to do this right here, buddy. Let me go ahead and put this on a more immediate short term. bounce into that 41, retrace back to 31.69, continuation to the upside here, potential resistance at 47.23. This 40, yeah, and then retrace back to the 41.10, whatever that was, and this would continue towards the upside here. Very jagged, but it probably would reach it. I'm not gonna lie, to around that 58.39 target, from which then I believe this is gonna try to crap out again. So, you know, your prior day's high it's extremely important. So, your buy daily, yeah. I think so, dude. And this, honestly, dude, what I'm seeing here is that the if this really is the case, you did get a 5-day close on this, right? So that would be, yeah, 40 cents does have a little bit of resistance on this. And your bi-weekly time frame is also, dude, that already got a 50% retrace. I'm gonna say that it's probably gonna test. It's gonna test that retrace again one more time, and then you know these are momentums. These are likely continuing to the downside. So I can't trust this, brother. I can't trust this for upside continuation. I'm gonna say that you would be lucky. That you would be lucky if you did catch that 61 cent. So this has about a month of downside to go, and that may have already realized. So I'm gonna use the bi-weekly time. So this would be 73 cents to the downside, putting you in negative numbers that don't even exist ever. So watch out, okay, buddy? Get that, dude, stay away from Maserati. Maserati will break down on you. Yeah, guys, I hope we can get that 61, okay? But so in reality, that target, remember what it was, right? I'm gonna print this and you can have it here in the Arca's Plays of the Week, and then we can move on to the next ticker here, okay? But so, yeah, I'm gonna, was it more immediate than that? I guess it would be okay here. Yeah, let's add the tags on this thing and let's move right along. So here we go, here and here before the rejection on this. Okay, brother? So upside first, rejection at that 41, bounce 31, and this is one target here that you should know. That $47, 47 cent. Here you go, 47.28. Okay, so yeah, let me go ahead and print this thing out. You got it, compadre. Okay, let's go. Oh, my goodness. Hold on, I need to post this. Dude, why does that happen every time? I hate it that YouTube is doing this now. They're like making me wait like all this time so I can post my video. Good God, man. Here it goes, a late ass video again. Oh my goodness, dude. It's like it's screwing with the consistency. It like changes everything. Hold on, guys. I'm posting that literally right now. Here we go. Just gonna post it in the lounge. Let me add everybody that thing. Everybody. There that is. And there that is. So annoying. Okay. I assume that's going to bring a couple people in here. Maserati. It's you're asking that because of the correlation to Ferrari, right? They're both Italian. They're both Italian brands. But you know, the Quattroporte was the only one that had like the 2002, 2001, 2006 all the way. That thing that had the 360 Modena block, and it was made to kind of fit the Maserati Quattroporte. But from there, the Ghibli and all those are inspired. Those are Ferrari inspired engines. Double clutch systems, that whole thing, you know. Yeah, but they're Italian brands. And it's just Maserati's so unreliable, bro. If you don't buy like their super car that's $500,000, it's breaking everywhere. You can get a Gran Turismo. That thing was 200,000 MSRP US. You can probably get it for $24,000 now, a 2016 or something. It's like 470 horses or something, dude. It's a beautiful car, but it's just when your clutch goes, or when some little thing goes, fucking repairing that is gonna be $1 million. It'll break your pocket. Let's get this going. Restart that camera. Next ticker. Okay. Oh, dude. Wait a second. Daily trades had to leave? That sucked. Daily grind. Oh, no, they're here. I'm sorry. I was about to say, man, I felt so bad. Let's get Wolf out of the way, guys. Everyone has it in Florida? Oh, my goodness. Okay. So ticker symbol, oh. Damn, wait. It came back to the initial entry. And it took profit again at the... Why? Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'm not going to question it. Let's just read it. In other words, I don't care. And I don't care anything else other than what the chart is going to say from this point on. Whoa. That is a 100 read. Well, I've never actually seen it like that before. That's really cool. All right, so yeah, that was very obviously a very interesting hard push there. So 10-minute time frame, still showing downside, 15 down. That's going to lead into your 20 down. 30-minute time frame, still downside, kinking there, right? Bi-hourly time frame, still down. Wow. Okay, still down. I don't have an upside pivot just yet. 4, 6. Still down. 8-hour time frame, still down. Wow, no way. Is this about to capitulate? Almost. This 2 days of downside, and it's starting. I mean, if it opens up at 143, if it opens up at 144 or 143, whatever that case, right? This has about almost 18 cents to the downside, guys. That, oh my goodness. Why is that? Why is that happening? So this is probably leading towards like a 122. Man, what's that 122? Let me just kind of put that there. Let me get this thing again. Oh, goodness gracious, guys! Heads up. Your 122 seems to be a target that this thing is gravitating to. That's a red inside bar that printed there. So in other words, it's trying to bounce from your prior bi-weekly bar low, which the hard target on this would be 119 to about 114. Let me see, 114 to, I already kind of have it there. Look at that. It was at 122. Well, I mean that, yeah, no shit, right? So let me just, that was me. I just drew it, of course. It's not like the other time, guys. I'm not excited for that one. Okay, so, yeah, 119, I have to adjust it to 119, of course. It is at 119, perfect. Let's go back down. This is a lot of downside, and your immediate bounce is potentially going to happen with this. I have already now two other targets based on psychology. Okay, so let's just go ahead and put those down. We're gonna omit the what are they called? It doesn't matter. The outliers. That's what I'm trying to say. Goodness. Okay, head and shoulders potential here, right? So that'll give you something. So this would be one target to the downside. Center of the shoulder would be roughly here-ish. So that's that's potentially giving you the 119 that we're looking for. So why don't we go ahead and say that we're going to adjust it here to 123. we have confluent targets at 123, and they look okay. So that is very curious that they would be that correlated here to that target. Now, dead cat bounce target is another one, and that could be your first zone to validate resistances to the upside. But I mean after it drops. So it's already kind of too late for that. So here it is, right? You measure that dead cat from the top. I'm not really being so educative right now. I'm just being super rushed. Okay, yeah, so 135 bottom on this, which would be a hard target of about, 135. 135 to 134 is the range here for this bounce to happen. So I'm going to kind of draw it in like this, right? Just like that. So price action dips like so. Hold on. Yeah, price action would dip like so, right? Huge, a tiny little validation for resistance would be right at this red bar. I know it's probably hard to see that right now, but validation of resistance would be there. Your take profit target for the immediate short term would be down into that 134 to 135. This validates your dead cat bound. I'm sorry, the dead cat, and also validates the head and shoulders formation. And this likely starts to drop into the next downside here, right? Of course, we're going to get the ebb and flow like always, right? And this will continue on to the targets that we're talking about, 123, 119, just in that area there. Okay, so now that we kind of know this, let me just go ahead and just sort of validate it. Remember, guys, that a lot of what's going to happen here is going to be based on what happens with the jobs data and with the PPI. So heads up on that stuff, okay? I'm going to give you all the targets, though, so here you go. And I will get rid of this one here. Okay, so let me kind of add these targets here so that you know what's happening. Okay, very good. So let me just, I think I said that we were observing the downside continuation from 4 hours, 6 hour, yeah, 12 hour lead. Come on, by daily. Oh my goodness, man. Any day now, connect. They're changing management left and right. A bankruptcy talks on Wolf. This ticker here. Oh my goodness. Denny, I will try, my brother. We still have a couple of requests ahead of you, but I will try my very damnedest. Bankruptcy talks, huh? So, yeah, by daily time frame, still, wait. Yeah, that's okay. So we would be looking at a total downside of by daily. Holy crap. So that would be, yeah, just about 70 cents. Yeah, it does make sense. I have to invalidate the downside continuation, because if it really is that, it's talking about, sub $1. Let me see your daily. Let's say that it was the daily. That's still 40 cents. So that that would be like 110. So I guess that would be at 114. Does this have an upside buy? It doesn't really, though. And it's a red bar. Man. Guys, I have to say that there is a potential that this drops into further lower targets, okay? I'm saying that there is an invalidation here. If there's anything to stop price action from continuing to lower targets, it would be in these targets that we spoke of, right? The 114, 16, 118, 123. These would be the areas to stop price action from going lower. But if it does show further downside due to the psychology or stop runs, well, there is another psychological target for us to take into account, and that is this head and shoulders, right? So we can go ahead and take that measurement there, and this will highlight will highlight some of those targets that we're talking about, right? Just like this here. Very much confluent to the 102 target that I'm speaking of. So heads up on that, okay? In other words, if you bounce from these areas here, that bounce could be pretty good. It could be a day trade all on its own. 114 to 134 would be great. That resistance likely catches, and then it literally dies all the way to $1. So heads up on this, okay, guys. This has a really interesting play, I guess. So I almost feel like it's a short play at this point, but you take it as you will, okay? Just please be careful. Should you be curious of that as well? I guess I have to put it real quick. I'm sorry. Let me just do it for you guys. This would bounce, it'll probably bounce all the way up there, and then the rejection would be just gigantic towards this 102. Okay, so that is presently what I am seeing here, okay, team? So watch out with this, okay? This is extremely volatile. I don't know what they're going to do with that bankruptcy thing. We've seen bankruptcy plays, and they run sometimes, and they die sometimes, right? So let me just go ahead and add this to the Arca's plays of the week now. Okay, there it is. Let me run into now ticker symbol QQQ. AMD's next. Let me go ahead and take a look. Let's see. If this ticker doesn't die, this would potentially be a good swing long. The year range is huge. I'm wondering if those are your lows, though. Your dollar range is to validate the psychological target, I think, and also the very low of it's your inflection, your overall inflection, and that would be your your chop box low, and then like break of all-time high. I don't doubt what you're saying whatsoever. Let's see. Yeah, that would be, yeah, I agree. Nibble down there. So let's see, ticker symbol, where is QQQ? Let's see where they are in the 24-hour market or the overnight market. So sitting at 530.80. Post-market close was 531.82. Okay, so the low in the post-market was around 529.36. What is that? 529.36 was all the way down here. What the heck is it for real? Let's see. It looks, yeah, I mean, it's okay. That was it. It pretty much almost closed that gap. 50%. It's, I guess not. It was just to close the gap, right? But sometimes, intraday price for the American equities, they also like to see this close too. Like we want to see it physically close. So it's really going to determine. This price action is going to determine a lot right now. Sitting at 530.80, so that's going to be right about here. And we're at resistance right now. Okay. All right. So yeah, let me just, we got this 5-day close as well, right? So we also got the buy daily close, 530.80. So yeah, heads up, as I think that we're going to have an immediate short-term bounce. Okay. The bounce to the upside is resisting 533.09. Let me put it, yeah, I think it's going to be 533.09 to the top side of about 533.88 before a drop here. Okay, so I'm going to figure out what that drop is, but it doesn't look too bearish though. Okay, so heads up on that. So it feels like we could just come down to this to the 4-day. To the 4-day gap, which could be its 50% retrace, and that's around the 527.92 to 5. I mean, the more notable gap is of course this here. It would be your 526.32. So if that 526.32 hits, you have a little bit of a liquidity pool that you can drop into, which would be upper 524s, 524.90ish, 524.82. So that could be it could be a little bit of a bear trap there actually. So or a liquidity grab, that it very well could be. So I would say that this overall low is the one that we can see, but one to invalidate it, could be a very small area, and it's very confluent, right? So this here, and there's also a little gap in here too, but that doesn't show too much confluence. I'm more worried about this here and this. So that zone there, I'm going to point that out. I'm going to leave that like this, which could be just your 528.32. And that wick, yeah, the wick low, the wick high here is rhyming to the opening valuation of that the prior bar, which is 50% there, 527.97 to 528.32. Okay, so this is the pullback that I'm kind of expecting here, but know that it's also bullish. It just depends on how we kind of observe or feel. It depends on how we feel, volatility as soon as we reach all the way down there. So QQQ 526 says CoinFox 525 pullback into the buy and try daily back test would be great. I think so too, bro. I think so too. So, mathematics are already kind of suggesting to drop all the way to 529. So this is a big ass might as well. 529 resists that 529.99 or 530. This would likely continue and then bounce from a more liquid zone. As it is, I think it's kind of needed, right? That there is a fair bit amount of attention in here. So, okay, let me just kind of validate that real quick here. So already showing downside, that would be just very, very little downside, of course. Let me see, 10 to 15 minute time frame. Continues to the upside. Okay, wow, I can't do that. 30-minute time frame downside, contractive, downside into the hourly, bi-hourly time frame, contractive downside, 4 hour. This is a technical pullback, and it's nothing to do really with bearish sentiment unless it is actually triggered. But so far, this is very, very contractive downside, loss of strength on the bear side, and it could be taken advantage of really fast, which correlates to the thesis that this could be a gigantic bear trap. 8 hour time frame, contractive completely, entering the critical 15 percentile of linear volatility and still facing down. 12 hour time frame, entering that critical contraction, facing down on stochastic momentum. The moving averages, right? Daily time frame would be let me see, total downside 1 day. Okay, the present ATR, we're looking at around $8.20. So, so that puts you, if we can do that, right? So that'll put you roughly around the 524, 524.40. So that's, there you go, right? 524.84. So that is literally mathematically said here. It'll be 1 day's worth of ATR downside should it open somewhere around the 530, 532 zone. And that would be the bounce here, mathematically stated. So very, very cool. Upside continuation from there doesn't actually, let me see. Well, that's very lucky there. Okay, it does show upside continuation on a 5, even though it's a hanging man. Weekly does still have upside. The bi-weekly certainly has upside continuation in the gravitational point with expansion. This is a 50% decompression on a monthly time frame. 18 days, 14 hours to close. Yeah, this is an early decompression on a 1 month, and that's because your 6 month candle is in the presence of retracing itself as well. And that 524.84 marks off around not even a 30%, right? That would be just barely like 5% decline on the Qs, guys. This is stupid bullish. This is not done. This is ridiculous bullish. It's just this is a pullback, and a very slight one before the markets tear the upside up. Should there if there is bad news that is strong enough to invalidate the closures that I'm seeing here, then so be it. But this is massively bullish. It's hard. I don't usually see things like this. 524.84, heads up on that. I'm going to put a small dive into this, right? There even could be a 522.07 into this official downside here. The FOMC, sure, man. There could be an early rate cut. There could be a whole bunch of crap, man. QQQ 526, 525 pullback. I got your coin. I read that already, huh? Okay, so yeah, immediate short-term upside on this, right? Very, very, very short-lived upside. So this would give you these targets. I'm about to finish this off. Validated already every move, so very good, right? Cool, cool, cool. 533.16. Let's move this to the side because can't see. Blind. There you go. Okay, trajectory. Here we go. Upside continuation. Very, very slight upside. Downside, right? This is going to give you some ebb and flow, right? This is going to give you some of that, some of those movements, right? The sways. Okay, first area to touch here. This area here may actually give you a pretty nice bounce to the upside. Who knows? And then you'll be capitulating down towards that 524.84, of which I can't tell if we're going to go lower into the 522.07, but fair enough. And then a zigzag, zigzag, zigzag here, guys. This could be a complete recovery into Thursday. So who knows what's going to happen or what's going to be said, but there apparently is some type of recovery coming in tomorrow, potentially after NYSE lunch. Don't ask me how I see that. Join the Masters course. I am officially opening up the enrollment here for the beginners. Once again, 8 weeks. Mentorship live with me for $100. All right, guys. And so reach out to me, arcabulls@gmail. Okay, guys. Let's go ahead and finish this off. I'm just going to go ahead and print it here and be done with the cues. Let's go towards AMD and move right along. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Qs 6 month could pop a broadening formation. I'd expect the same distance up as the downside, which would be closer to 550, 560. Yeah. So it actually broadens the top side more. I had a resistance around there too, bro. I forgot when I said it or what I said, but I did say the ebbs and flows at 560. I think it's a geometric 618, right? But dude, I have this like gigantic thesis on it too. I wish I showed you. It's on a wolf. Let me post this real quick. Hold on. Okay, that's that ticker there. Hold on. Let me see. Here, this. Let me go into maybe like a 2 or 3 day or whatever. I don't know if I can see it that way, but all good. We have probably a 12-hour even. Okay, so this is that wolf, bro. So I'm looking at this right here, wave 1, wave 4 confluence, dude. This is suggesting that we would be reaching a top side of 601.06. June 29th, June 30th, maybe the beginning of July. I don't know. But also the 560 right here, check it out. This is why I remember it so clearly what you just said, is because I do have a geometric confluence there. So, and here is the other really weird thing too, is that I think, oh dude, I didn't even get it, but I put 2 fibs against this. And they're all against a larger time frame, and they're all rhyming to $600. So heads up on this, guys. This is a very, very speculative thing. I have no idea why this shit would happen. I don't know what's going to catalyze it, right? But it does. It shows it to me, and I can't do anything other than explain it to you. You know what I mean? But this is my thesis on the Qs reaching. But notice how I'm pointing at this, dude. Look. I'm pointing at this because I believe 634 would be 700 SPY. So let's just see what's up, guys. But we have the downside on the Qs, which is I forgot what target I just put down right on the where is it? 524, right? Okay. So 524 is technically the validation of the top of this triangle. Is at 523.18. And yeah, so that would be us kind of entering the not 786 area, right? We could be entering the not 618, so we could bounce direct. I mean, if it does kind of a liquidity dive, it could be that down to that 520, 519, and this thing would literally launch from the golden pocket and then take off. If the spending bill goes through we rocket the spending bill. Okay, all right. So let's keep an eye on those things, guys, because the markets are showing weird signs for a massive continuation, and it could be, it very well could be had. Okay, so AMD, let's go ahead and start it off. Let me take a look at that daily time frame on AMD. I know that AVGO has been incredibly bullish too, so heads up on that. So very obvious inverse head and shoulders on this, and by the way, it is also a broadening wedge. And this broadening wedge does show a topside target of about 133.23. So let's go ahead and start it off from there, just like this here, right, guys? So you can actually see the touches, right? You have the test 1, 2, 3 capitulation, test 4 true breakout, validate the regression, continuation to the top side, take profit, lands right at about this 132.46, which could be right about here, right? On the it's just traditionally played, right? It literally is just a play that happens pretty much fucking all the time, right? It has an incredible hit rate. This thing is up in the 80 percentile of batting average. It's ridiculous. Okay, now it is also a buy formation, a bullish buy formation breakout, right? So we have the signs here of the shoulder, head and shoulder. So this gives you now two different targets. Not only do you have that 130, 32.77, whatever that is, you also have the building blocks of this inverse head and shoulders with absolutely perfect regression, right? So this is massive. So AMD feels like they're gonna say something soon, maybe, right? Topside target AMD is a lot higher than we presume to be. 190.24, that hard target would actually be the resistances of no shit, right? 174. It would be the 174. Actually, it would be 169.92 to 174. Second top side target would be, actually, I would prefer this. 183.49. 188.91. Why the hell is that happening? Hold on. I'm about to display to you the this is now a tri-formation breakout, right? So you now have your bull flag present here. So the bull flag 5-day time frame, we just closed that 5-day, right? Target to the upside on the flag would give you a top side of 139.90. Hard target on that would be, yes, 136.31. Bottom side, hold on. $31 to 132.98. And your singular target on top would be a 141.36 on the psychological take profit. So, because you're going to start, it's going to get really volatile in here. But what I'm saying is that this is 100% your chop box, and we are testing the 50% of a retrace here. And what I mean by that is actually this right here, guys. So I'm going to just draw it out for you so that you can kind of be ultimately aware over what's happening, right? Just like this here. And we hold on. I want to draw this here instead. Here you go. This is your 50% target at that 137.50. Yeah, it's just, I'm saying that your resistance is up here, and then your top area was what? The 50% is indicating a 137.65, right? Well, take a look at this, 141.36. It's right in that area there. So we're now testing the upper bounds of the 50% here. This can very likely pull back towards this bottom side here, which could be anywhere between the 132.22 to to 121.33 or 23, whatever that is, and this would bounce again and continue towards this upside to eventually take profit at these targets in here, which could be the, very, very high targets. 169.92 to 174.94. I'm going to start validating this right now, guys. But yeah, this is one huge shift. And also, it's part of a macro channel. So this is just full of formations, right? So this is also what's happening right now, guys. This is your ABCD structure, right? So you have an XABC. This is going to be your part of the D move here. And this is also very, very, what is it? It kind of reminds me of, it is reminiscent of a Elliott wave in some way. You know, it's just, this is it could be like a 5-wave impulse here. So I'm wondering if this is your actual play here, guys. So the real target on this could be with proper distance. I guess this could be towards AMD is headed for new all-time highs, guys. This could be December this year, maybe. December, like mid to late December this year. I think it's gonna go to $300. Bi-weekly sketchy, dude. All this could be. Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't even doubt it. This is gonna be a massive ebb and flow. Dude, but I believe this is not done. Hold on. Oh, shit. Hold on. If it doesn't reach these targets, it probably gets closer to that 187 to maybe even 225 on a fake out, because this is also your ascending triangle. This is there's a lot of weird things happening with this. So fuck, man, I hate that I have to do that. Hold on. I have to, you know, I have to denote that. It really does have to be. Okay. Yeah, this is mad geometry happening here, man. Crazy amounts of geometry. So the more sure targets for me would be the 132.98 to about 140.136 because of the tri formation here, right? This is a gigantic amount of good formations playing out here. In fact, the larger one is really all the way up to 190. So let's play it very careful. Let's see the immediate short term though. Let's see. We're also at the 2018 trend resistance. It might not be ready. Dude, it might resist at the top sides, right? So this 142, that's where I was saying that the 142 could very well pull back into the 120. Or the 160 could pull back to the 120. There could be something that could impair the move completely, because it has been done historically too. You know, there have been, gigantic pullbacks on this, right? So for example, this top side here, 133.94, coming all the way down to literally 105. So, oof, 121. We're at 121 right now. Let me see volatility. I'm not gonna, hold on. Let me just see what the math says and I will be more secure. I can't tell. Hold on. Let's see. So very obvious downside here, right? So we do have we have a very obvious downside starting on a 5-minute time frame. 10-minute still downside into the 15, 20, the 30 still downside, expanding a little bit too, downside into the hourly, and 2 hours of downside first. So that gives you about $1.31. This puts you at the, it's suggesting your prior day's low. Okay, so if that is a prior day low, then we're catching this to maybe validate. I mean, that could even without this here, that could be a dead cat bounce. So let me see. So 3 hour time frame down. Actually, it would be a total of 4 hours of upside from 119.90. That'll be 180. Oh my goodness. So yeah, you would be going towards your 121s again. So the price action is literally dropping into this area here, validating resistances, coming back down towards that area again. Now this is where it continues to the downside aggressively. So 6 hour time frame, 8 hour downside, 12 daily total downside. So that gives you 427 of downside based on a daily, but I'm going to go ahead and suggest more because that's a red bar. I would say 2 days worth of downside, $6.76, almost $6.77. So I see this pulling back to around $115 and 114.40. What the fuck is that? Let me see. So 114.40. What in the world is that? I'm just gonna put it here somewhere, wherever the hell that is, whatever the crap it is. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna put it there. Okay, so the play can resume at the so this is your typical price action, right, guys? So check this out. So you are looking at this structure, right? You have this support, right? You break down below it, resistance. You have a resistance and it breaks, right? It's not ready just yet, and it breaks finally, and then it's coming back down towards it. So I believe that since you already got this validation, which is this low here, now we got to break above this resistance, right? And then come back and validate this one first. So I do think that you're getting a drop to 114.42, and this would very likely continue towards a massive upside. And I see it happening all the way into the 2, 3, 4 day upside, expanding into a 5 day with a bullish green closure, weekly time frame upside continuation, prior bar. By the way, 50% prior bar retrace on that could be had, even though the weekly just, damn it. Hold on. I'm reading the whole trajectory here. This is really cool. Bi-weekly time frame, prior bar retrace as well, 50% on that before continuation. This is your peekaboo, pull back 50%, continuation to the upside. This is stupid bullish. Hold on. Monthly up, holy shit, dude. Bi-monthly upside, 3 months total of upside here. 3 month time frame closing in 18 days. I may not use the 3 month upside on this, but this is your complete V-shaped recovery. And this shows a top side worth of around $39, $38.99, but it started already. Okay, so the ATR top on this is suggesting a 141.15, which is literally one of the targets that we've been talking about, right around here, right? That's your 138.60. Take profit, right, for the wedge and all that good stuff. So mathematically, that's great. So as soon as this. Oh my goodness. As soon as this closes, I think it may close at 114, right? On a pullback. That's probably going to give you more than $40 of upside. So, that's going to be your 160. And what's at the 160 that we were waiting for? 168, 167 at the top side of the triangle. That's not the only one closing. The 6 month time frame is also closing, and it's about to be red to green on a huge hammer candle. Say that one does the 114, right? Well, that one also gives you around $40 of upside too. So fair enough. Yeah, guys, I think this is going towards your 160s, 170s, potentially into the $200 target. So right around there. This is your breakout, right? As soon as we reach these top sides, pull back immediately to 140s to 150s. That's going to be your validation here for continuation. And then 229 validates 190, continuation towards the top side for the all-time high. A very, very elaborate play and super impressive. And I am so happy to have looked at this today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Daily Grind, for this call out. I do think that this is going to be a very, very interesting play. But freaking hell, man, I think that this is going to be a massive play. Guys, if there is room, if you have liquidity, this may be one of those tickers that can give you a pretty good, I don't even know what their PE ratio is, man. So I'm just saying that this could be a great long hold, or you can probably do some leaps and, kind of benefit from that as well, team. This is massive. This is absolutely massive. So heads up at that, the top sides here of around 136, 144. I'm not sure if it's going to, continue and just top out at that 141.74, but I believe that pullback from 141 is worth around 124 to 120. Then you can have a gigantic push to the upside on this, of which could be the 160s that we're observing. So this is quite literally, this is a huge play, a very, very big play. Entry conditions can be 117.14. Hold on. To 114.42. Mind your 50%, which could be 115.85. And this could be the condition here to kind of bust out of this area here and then just rip. So, guys, I'm just going to give you these targets here and just kind of, put it down like this. Wow, this is so cool. Now, guys, the research has to be done. What is going to catalyze this? What in the world would make this thing move from, really, guys, I'm telling you that this can move 80, 90 points. So, you know what I'm saying? So, keep your eyes and ears peeled for this, right? Because there could be something in line here that we just don't know of. More Saudi AI news? Dude, let's go. Maybe so. Yep. I would not doubt it. Okay, so guys, this is essentially the play right here, right? But I do remember I'm still saying that it could possibly go higher than 200. But as of now, I think this is fair enough, right? Let's just simmer down here a little bit and do our little dance here. Let me go ahead and take that screenshot here and see what's up. This is massive. This is such a huge play. Wow. Let me go to the Arca's plays of the week. More Saudi news, dude. Let's go. Dude, what the hell, man? AMD. Oh, my goodness. I'm actually impressed. And remember yesterday and the day before yesterday, guys, I was telling you that there could be upside moves on the SOXL, which is the, your levered semiconductor ETF. In light of NVIDIA, in light of AVGO, right, all those. I mean, massive rips, I think the semiconductors are going to have here soon. It's probably related all to AI, too. Oh, my goodness. Okay, let me take a look at that ticker. Oh, BD, what is it? Are you here, buddy? Don't tell me you left, fool. Where are you at? Chip export control news. Let's go. That's absolutely valid. Headlines for AMD. Saudi Arabia looking homeward in AI build out. Okay, so taps Cisco and AMD for cloud project. The information. Okay. Let me see what you're sharing there. This is a vertical what you're doing? Let me see. If this plays out, this could probably bring you like $10,000. Oh my goodness. If it plays out, it could be a really big winner. BD, you're still here. BD, what is it, buddy? Was it I forgot which one it was, brother. Tell me. I got you. Let's look at it now. And damn, guys, some more stuff. Let's see. What? Is this today? The volume today? Coin, I love you, buddy. That is stupid bullish. BD, tell me, dude, hold on. I'm going to go into the, let me see. ORLY. I got you. Let's take a look at that right now. ORLY. Oh, what in the world, bro? Hold on just a second. Was that all in the after hours with a, let me see the 2-minute time frame. Where in the world did it pop up like that, dude? A 15-minute? Let me see. Did it pop up in a scanner or I mean, is that why? Dude, this thing literally exploded in a matter of like minutes here. Did it show on any other candle? No. It's only on a 50. Is that true for you too, BD? Does this thing only show the upside on a 15-minute bar? This thing mooned what, dude, to $1,300? Oh my goodness. This is a tough one, bro. Let me, as you can imagine, right? But I mean, yeah, when it comes to things like that, dude, that can really mess things up everywhere. So let me see this actually. Has it been on an uptrend here? It has been. Wow. O'Reilly, right? Nice. So this looks like it's building a pennant. I'm wondering if you're getting ready here for a breakout, brother. Wait. If I connect it like this, then it'll, like something, it would be something like this, right? I hate it when it's reaching that inflection. I need to try to stay away from that. Hold on. I need to steer clear. I may have to use a different. Dude, this. Okay, I mean, if that is really the case here, it's a little weird, but it is ready for a breakout like now, right? And of course it did that, right? It would be at the 65 to 75% to the apex of the triangle. So, I mean, if it does do it, bro, I expect, this one would be your first target to that upside, right? This would give you a potential 96, 93. Your secondary target would be the middle, right? Roughly here-ish. And that would put you at. Let's go ahead and move that back just a little bit here. That'll put you roughly 98.49. And then, of course, your last target, which a lot of people tend to think it's like your lesser probability target, but I mean, should it have all the volatility present for it and available, well, that's all you really need. And then you'd be able to give it the upper probabilities too, right? So in this case, 103.42 would be your upper bound here. So 103.42, let's see, right about there. Let's give this target here that 98.62 and this one down here, the 96.30. Okay, now let me see if it does have that though, right? Because this looks a little oversold. It could be turning around soon, and that would be absolutely ideal. Okay, so 5-minute time frame, still showcasing a potential downside, right? So let's just see. I'm wondering if it may, that if it has another $1.20 to the downside here, a dollar whatever, to reach that inflection downside. But let's see. Downside continues into the 10, 15, 30. Yeah, we're starting to expand a little bit. Looking at still downside on that Stoke. 30-minute time frame, still downside. Still downside into the hourly. And bi-hourly, still downside on one of those moving averages. I'm not going to say that this is upside yet, because it's not. 4-hour time frame is not yet either. Neither is the 6-hour or the 8-hour. What the hell? I think it's actually going to do that, what we just said. Daily time frame downside, bi-daily downside, 3-day downside. What? Hold on, dude. It's going a little beyond me. Okay, this is still bearish on a fuck. What? Okay, 5 months of downside, bro. We just got that bar open too. So that gives you $8.52 down. What in the crap? That puts you at 81.94. What is that? Let me see. Holy crap, dude. If there is one area to invalidate that, it's 85.55. And now that makes me feel, because of what we just did, I'm wondering if we're drawing the triangle. Well, I mean, this can play both ways, right? It really can. And should it break down, it would be from the same point, right? At this point here. So this target is suggesting 79.63. This one would suggest, where was it? Here, right? Right there. Let me get rid of this thing here. And that is suggesting 83.80. And then this one here would be your last one, right? So this would be right at that same breakout area here. And look at that target, 85.55. I think this is a bear trap. Okay, heads up. That's my final say on this, BD. This is a bullish formation with a liquidity grab. This is very, very, very much a potential bear trap. This could be the validation here, and this could explode to the upside on bearish liquidity. So I would actually observe a liquidity bounce. Yeah, it's worth 83.75 to 85.55. There you go. I'm going to still honor this, but I'm not going to honor. Wow, it came down exactly to the target. Holy shit. Nice. Oh my goodness. This is completely confluent. That is amazing. That is amazing. Okay. So this is suggesting like massive downside. Immediate short-term upside, 90.71. Rejection, right? This is going to be your short-term bounce would be roughly at that 87.62 to validate the regression here, and that would take you right into this target here, right into this zone. This now would bounce to the upside, and it would give bears the idea that it's validating the regression for continuation to the downside when it wasn't a bearish play in the first place. This is going to be a liquidity grab. This is going to be a liquidity grab, so it likely launches to the higher upside faster than anything. So it may start to actually resist at this point here, this top side, validates, it comes back and validates the regression, and then continues into the path that we were talking about. This is evil. This is super evil. This is manipulative and so evil. Fuck, man, I'm impressed. What is up with these plays, man? They are so much fun. This is so much fun. Wow. I haven't had this much fun charting in a long time. This is so cool. All right, guys. So That's presently the play here, man. This is an incredible, incredible layout here for ORLY and very, 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 very sneaky. I don't even know that I would be able to catch this if I didn't really concentrate as much. But yeah, heads up, team, okay? And let's go ahead and call it here, team. Let's get some rest and reconvene in the AM and continue our path to glory. Oh man, my voice is almost gone, and we've looked at a million tickers so far, guys. I think, yeah, this is one of the bigger days for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tickers here. Okie dokie. Well, and yeah, guys, so you know what? Screw it. Let me look at it. I'm down. Let's do it. I'm down to look at TSLA. AMD is just so freaking huge, too. My goodness, dude. Let's see the daily time on Tesla. And, oh, yeah, we closed the 1 day, 2 day. It's on a red bar there, okay. So the bi-daily time frame did close, and it's very bullish. So this is just a pullback. 5 day closed as well, and your weekly did not. Hold on. Your weekly did not, no. Okay, so, yeah, this is your 5 day hammer candle. Damn. Duh. If there is a pullback on Tesla, I am going to be very honest with you. It's probably not that big, but I would say that it could be worth anywhere between 315.26 to about 309.55 before it bounces to the upside. So that could be your buy daily 50% prior bar. Actually, it would be your, man, look at the gap. Okay, all right. So yeah, I'm actually liking that gap, and also it just would be a potentially a 35% of your prior 5 day bar. I mean, this is ridiculously bullish, right? And this your volatility and momentum haven't even seen this yet. Of course, it's gonna still show a little bit of downside here because it is closing below the prior bar's opening and closing valuations here. So, you know, fair enough, but it may show massive upside in the more immediate short-term time frames. Okay, so that's where I think the magic is kind of sitting in here for Tesla. So, I mean, guys, remember Tesla, you know, for like 2 weeks, I've been telling you this could run 200 points to the upside. So far, we've done like 70. So let's go ahead and take a look. 15-minute time frame still shows a little bit of downside, but it's actually, yeah, downside continuation, downside. 20-minute time frame downside. Yeah, we have the, sure, absolutely. I'm seeing it too, man. That's downside. I see it, buddy. Bi-hourly time frame downside, 3-hour time frame downside with contraction. So remember, this contracting means that we have lesser participation from the traders. So that just means that it's a weak downside. It's weakening. So 4-hour time frame is now crossing, right? The volatility component, the histogram is now crossing below the moving average. So it's, yeah, lesser strength. And here we go. More downside into the 6-hour, 8-hour time frame. Slight downside still. Ooh, still on the 12. Daily time frame is red and it's pivoted to the upside, but it's closing above the prior bar's close. So this, okay, 1 day's worth of downside is what I'm going to have to stick to. 19 points, 19.22 to the downside from our present moment. So if that is the case, you know, let me get a really tight target here, because Tesla tends to be really nitpicky. You know what I mean? So 326.43. It's going to be 1923, right? So you're looking at a target of about 307.20. And the gap low, all the way low, is just around 308.62. I'm going to stick to my analysis and say that the 309.55 to 315.26 is likely the downside and the bounce for Tesla. Okay, guys? So that's what I'm expecting here. So upside continuation daily. By daily time frame, just closed a green bar, very likely to shift, upside continuation there. 3-day time frame hasn't closed, but the 5-day did, and that's a gigantic green bar. I'm saying upside continues into the week. Yes, 1 week's worth of upside closing in 1 day and 14 hours. So actually, I'm just going to use the 5-day time frame upside. 44 points to the upside. 44.72 from 326.43 to 326.43 plus your 44. What is it? 73, right? 44.73. That takes you to 371.16. So 371.16. Let me just go ahead and just put it right up here. And what do you know? That is your inflection point right up here. So there it is. So, I mean, let's see what the actual upside is. That is 367.71 actual target. This can be done in 2 days. Pull back. 2-day swing, 3-day swing potentially, 309.55 to the upside, 3-day swing to 367.82. The bottom range, I guess the zone, right? Let me just give you a zone, of course. There. This is what I'm expecting, that top side there. This is huge, guys. This is ridiculous. Mind you, if this thing closes somewhere in here around a 360, your monthly time frame is about to close alongside the 2-month, 3-month, and 6-month all together, all confluent. 74 points to the upside. That means 430. All right? 439 actual target, right? 438, whatever that is right here. Then goes the buy month, $93 to the upside, $106 on average for the upside on the quarterly, right? Then your 6-month time frame gives you a total top side of about $102. So that means that you're going to what? Right, 326.43 plus $102. You're going towards your $428 target, which is located right around this 439 here. Okay, guys, but your 5-month, this is curious here because your 3-month is $106, so that's giving you another $6 for it. Yep, that would be your literally 439, 440, right around there. I have a feeling, guys. I have a feeling this is going to go above $500. I think Tesla is going to break 500, but this is very likely a huge resistance here, guys, in the next weeks. Okay, so heads up. Remember that we were looking for potential entries at around 270s, 280s, around there, and now this thing is at 3. It literally just went up to 371, and it could continue all the way up to around 440. So this is a huge move, guys. Big move. And remember the speculation that we put together, right? Look at the freaking triple bottom on a quarterly. Oh my goodness. This is gigantic. This is huge, guys. Very, very impressive upside on this. This is not even funny. In fact, I don't know why I would even... Just know, guys, that if there's continuing upside on this the way that I think it's going to pull off what I believe what NVIDIA did. I don't know if it actually did it, but I think if this psychological formation is right, this is like it wants like 1,000. So just those numbers aren't even real, you know. It's like this is like a trillion. This is like 100 trillion. I don't know, man. 500 trillion market cap. It could be some market cap that's just out of this world. Tesla could be. Guys, I think Tesla's going to take over. I think Tesla may be the highest traded asset by market cap in the coming months. Something's going on with this, and something really, really big is going on with this. I don't know what it is. We have to do our research on this, but this and AMD are looking really spicy. Of course, NVIDIA too. IBM as well. Guys, there's a lot of tickers moving markets right now, okay? So I just have to say, right, guys, this is really impressive. So downside very likely, guys. I think that we're going to reach that, what was the downside that we said all the way down here? No, here. 309.55 to 315.26. Mathematically, that's your retrace, right? So right down into this area here. Resistances, ebbs and flow, that whole damn thing all over again, right? And we could be seeing this into the into maybe Monday or Friday. Who knows, right? This is just really, it's really gigantic. Okay, so I want to suggest, I want to get, put this over there like this, right? And I'm going to say that this could be somewhere to gain risk. Okay. And this could obviously, very obviously, go beyond, way beyond this, right? Just know that there could be a pullback here first, though. Okay, so yeah, this is what I'm observing here for ticker symbol TSLA into tomorrow. Of course, downside first. Heads up. Okay, team. I don't know what the heck is going on with the markets, but everything is oh, have you noticed that? Every single ticker that I've talked about is downside first and then upside. Every single one consistently. 2 to 3 days, bro. 2 to 3 days. This may happen into Friday or Monday, maybe. I can't really tell because it's really volatile, but I think it's around there. So, and then the really ridiculous targets, like those higher ones, that's, I think a month, maybe something like that, brother. But yeah, these could be just a few days. They certainly could just be a few days, maybe even a couple days. Shit. All right. So yeah. Destiny. And the problem with that is that we may get the downside into like, it could be, like pre-market, right? It could be the pre-market, and that would really suck. But anyway, guys, it's almost midnight. I can't believe how long we've been streaming here, but I really appreciate you guys hanging out. Remember that the beginners mentorship program is now active again, right? We're gonna be having here some new students come in, likely to start in July 26th. Okay, guys, you're very welcome. Danny got you. No problem, guys. Very happy. Yeah, this has got to be one of the longest streams we've done in the private. 2.5 hours around. I love you guys very much. Please be safe. Do not overlever, and we'll reconvene here in the morning. Oh, I was looking for you, damn it. Daniel. I was looking for you so much, buddy. Thank you, Ninja. I love you, buddy. Please be safe, everyone. And we'll chat in the morning. Peace out, everyone. We'll talk in the AM, buddy. Later, team.